Okay, continue where we left off yesterday. Just finished exploring, re-exploring everything here. So now the next steps are going to be completing all the side stuff.
Initializing planner mode.
We do have 3 events as well to do.
Initializing planner mode.
Let's see, we have one with Elaine, one with Ren, and one with Yumes. Well, I definitely gotta do the Ren one, that's non-negotiable. Kind of stuck between Elaine and Yumes. Because Yumes only needs 100, Elaine needs 200. I just don't know what other, if there's any other points for them coming up. These leave like I think 100, so like that would get Yumes to max. Lane only halfway there, but I don't know how much. I'll probably do a Lane just because she has a little further to go and is also playable. And then we'll see if we can get Yumes up through other means later in the game. Still, I don't want to say early in the game, but certainly not anywhere near the end game. Should hopefully be time for both of them, but I think I'll just do a Lane just since he has further to go. Okay, so we'll do Elaine and we'll do Ren. So let's start with Yumes. Just so we can see her event now.
Initializing planner mode.
Yumes got a new toy camera and she's in high spirits. Apparently she wants to take pictures all over Old Town. I'm worried she's so excited that she might not be careful. Maybe I should go with her.
Say cheese!
Whoa, you surprised me there. Already putting your new toy camera to use, huh? Oh, she's a Mona camera. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yep, it's super cute. I love it. I wanna take pictures of all kinds of things and people. Oh yeah, sounds good to me. What kind of stuff are you thinking of? I want to take pictures of Old Town. Oh, and everyone at your office. Those are cool and all, but aren't they a little close by? I don't mind taking you somewhere in my truck where you can see more interesting stuff to photograph. Well, today I want to take pictures of Old Town and everyone here. Yes, it might be a good idea to start with stuff nearby. Alright, in that case, can I tag along? If you change your mind, I'll still be happy to take you to another district, too. Okay. Thanks, Van. After that, Van and Yume wandered all over Old Town. And Yume took photos of everyday life in the district. I'm just doing my usual work, but are you going to take my photo? Yep. You always look super duper pretty when you're working. Oh, you'll take Grandpa's photo? I'm so happy. Hey, why aren't you looking at the camera? You trying to ruin Yume's photo? Of course not. It's just, since I'm always dealing with the paparazzi, I turn away from cameras on reflex. And should I even be in any of her photos considering my work? Whoa, you got a camera? Awesome! It's a little embarrassing, but thanks for taking my photo. You should get the picture with us, Yume. Let's take a group photo. A toy camera, huh? I think that's wonderful. It's only natural to want to capture important memories so that you can hold on to them. Please feel free to take photos of all the things in your daily life that are important to you. You got a good eye, kid. Taking a photo of us when we're at our cleanest is the right move. I never thought the day would ever come when you take a photo of me. It's a kind of strange feeling. It is ordinary days like today that are worth capturing as memories. Wow, already taking photos, huh? Would you like to take some promo shots for us? Oh, you can even do a collab with Kasara. Oh, I get it. You're planning to put all these photos into the album you got for Agnes. Yep. Since I'm giving her an album, I thought it would be nice if it came with some photos too. Aw. Yums, that's fantastic. You're adorable. It'd be kind of sad if it was all empty. I think that's a great idea. After all, the time she's spent here in Old Town and all the work she's done with the others are definitely important to her. And I bet your photos will really help her appetite appreciate that, Yums. Plus, I think it'd be a nice surprise when she finds out you did all this for her. It's just too bad there won't be any pics of Agnes, since it's supposed to be a surprise and all.
Don't worry, I have an idea. I'm gonna take pictures of her with everyone at the birthday party. And then, I'll give her those pictures with the album.
Aw, Yums, you're so adorable. That's a fantastic idea. Man, you really thought this through, huh?
Yep. Since I'm giving all these memories to Agnes, I gotta make sure to do it right.
And I bet doing all this will be a good memory for you, too. Which will help make this even more unforgettable for Agnes.
Yep, of course. That's why the day after tomorrow, you gotta make a ton of new memories with me and everyone else.
Will do. Oh, you deserve all the head pats, Yums. Memories, huh? The ones she makes from here on will eventually guide her in the future.
Thanks, Van.
Huh? For what?
You're always making memories with me. Like today, you came with me to take pictures, and it was super duper fun.
Thanks, Uncle Van. Grunkle Van. That's right. Even I'm one of Yume's memories. Come on now, I had a blast too, you know. I'm the one who should be thanking you.
Really? I'm glad.
Yep. Here's to the future, Yume. Now then. And I'd better help with the prep for Agnes's birthday party, too.
Yeah!
After that, Van helped Yume put the album together and wrap it up. And after making suggestions for the party based on his experience with the Artemis Academy Festival, Van met up with the others and got back to work. Oh, ooh. You receive a holocore voice for this, so for maximing out, we got holocore voice Yumi. Oh man, now I kind of dang it.
Chalk one up.
Now I kind of want to do that so we can get the Yum's holocore voice.
Initializing planner mode.
Okay, let's do Elaine's next. Elaine told me Artemis consulted her about the school's security. She'd like my help, too, using my perspective as a Spriggan. I should probably help if I've got the time. Van's group decided to take a short break. Thanks for coming, you two. I really appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedules for this. Under normal circumstances, we wouldn't bother you with such a request. Oh, please think nothing of it. I'm more than happy to offer suggestions with regard to Academy security, especially after the bombing attempt a few months ago. Yeah, and people here are pretty high-strung these days, what with the space program excitement and all. Also, nipping problems in the bud is all part of a Spriggan's job description, so you come to the right person. Well, thank you, Van. Elaine, I appreciate your willingness to assist. The festival may have gone off without a hitch, but better safe than sorry, I always say. Yeah, certainly did, yeah. I wonder if somewhere in his subconscious he remembers those incidents. I think that's likely to be the case. Well, few things give me greater pleasure than helping my alma mater. As for Van, I can think of no better occasion to remedy all the trouble he caused during his enrollment. You really love to harp on that point, don't you? In his defense, Van did more than his share of aiding to others back then, too. Honestly, I'm getting a little emotional seeing the two of you here together again. Mr. Powell? Anyhow, I'll see what I can do. You want us to look around the school and write up a list of ways where security could be improved, right? Yes, if you could. The students are still on break, so you're welcome to take as much time as you need. You know, it's a little strange, the two of us walking the academy grounds like normal. I know we did as much during the spring festival, but this feels different somehow. Sure does take me back, now that you mention it. We were always being pulled in every direction back in the day. Had I known how grueling council work would be, I'd never have signed up to be a part of general affairs in the first place. I'd hoped to expand your circle of friends, though, no? Frankly, I think you ought to be thanking me, if anything. And besides, I've heard that you even made a little pocket money doing odd jobs on campus. Oops, the statute of limitations on that several years expired, I'm afraid. You can't get on my case about this one. Now, come on, we got a job to do. So let's do it, shall we, Miss Former Vice President? Oh, you. Van and Elaine began exploring Artemis Academy. They started by searching the school grounds for any security flaws that potential intruders could exploit. This was where the bomb was planted. It may behoove us to look through the school's manual for vendor equipment deliveries. I'll leave that one to you. You got the Guild's manual for crime prevention that you can compare it against. Man, being here in the science lab also takes me back. I remember sneaking in every now and then to make coffee with the lab beakers. Yeah, so you did make a habit of that, didn't you? You'd even smuggle in sweets to eat with it, as I recall. There'd always be a sweet, fragrant scent floating around the room. Everyone who passed by could smell it. Yeah, like when I brought those half-burnt cookies a certain someone made in class that one time. The bitterness of the charred edges paired perfectly with the coffee. I'll have you know, I've improved a lot since then. Whew. It's hitting me again just how big this room is. Everything looks good so far, though. Gotta say, this place sure holds a lot of memories. The student council elections, the festival. Good times. You recall, you really were a great help back when I was running for president. I remember you did a lot for me at the time. Yeah, I think I deserved a medal. Although, I think I worked as hard as I did in part because I thought it was going to be the last time I could give you a hand. Oh. Speaking of this place, I really enjoyed watching Agnes and everyone's performance during the festival. I'd even say it was better than our old play. For the most part, yeah. Apparently they found our old script and production materials helpful. I wonder how people react to the story of the Carvodian Revolution if we performed it now. You know, we do have this nice big empty stage here. I have a half mind to tell you keep dreaming, but I can't deny there's a small part of me that would like a chance at a do-over. Especially knowing that Bogard saw me acting out your ridiculous script. Hey, he was totally on board with Ditzy Dirk. Oh, fiddlesticks. I've gone and lost my revolutionary flag again. Hey, Oliver, have you seen my flag anywhere? I'm sorry. Please don't hurt me. Even if I was all caught up in the festival excitement, why on earth did I take that role seriously? Okay, that should do it for the clubhouse and basketball court. Oh, look, the go-to skip class and nap spot is still there just the way I left it. You certainly did like that roof. I would know, considering how many times you made Renee and I drop out what we were doing to come wake you up. Why must these kids keep such an irresponsible tradition alive? High schoolers, am I right? Anyway, all that's left to do is another pass of the school building proper. What's up? Nothing, I remember there used to be a tree over there. Oh, right. I didn't even realize it had been taken down. That's where we... Oh, yeah. There's one other place we should check. To think we went all through school not knowing there was an underground ruins beneath our feet. It's on the premises, so we would be negligent in our duties if we skipped this. The area's pretty big. I wouldn't be shocked if there were some monsters sticking up the place. Might as well do a quick sweep. And so Van and Elaine inspected every last ridge of the campus. After writing up a list of security concerns, they visited one final spot. Funny, I was in this room just yesterday to drop off some sweets. It's so quiet in here when there's no one around. Indeed, oh, this brings back memories. We used to chat the days away in this room, just the two of us. Yeah, I know. The student council was just as busy back then as it is now. So busy, in fact, that the sun would be going down by the time we finished our work for the day. I remember you'd always knock out your tasks early, but after the fact, you'd give everyone a hand with theirs. I admit, sometimes I wish you'd be a little more selfish like Renee in cases like that. You say that, but you were very much complicit in helping me help others. Even when everyone else had gone home, you would stay behind and whittle away at the pile of work with me until it was all done. Then we'd just sit there and talk about whatever came to mind. I remember the waning sunlight shining softly through the window. Yeah, We were so absorbed in our conversations, we didn't even notice when it got dark outside. Gave the teachers working late one hell of a shock when they found us. And then we get an earful from the dorm superintendent. Oh yes, an earful and a half. All because we were caught up talking about the silliest, most inane things. Still, I lived that time we had together. So much so that I wanted it to go on forever. I don't know if it was anything that grand. You know, after walking around the school together again, it's really hitting me. We're adults now. Speak for yourself. I still feel like I'm that same little brat on the inside. And before you say something like, yes, I know how obsessed you are with sweets, don't. Alright. As for me, well, maybe it's less that I've matured and more that I've gotten better at keeping up appearances. I've just put on a mask to keep my true feelings concealed. Not that it's been terribly effective in hiding them from you. Elaine, It's fine. You don't need to say anything. I know your position hasn't changed. Look, I won't say I haven't thought about the possibility. That said, there's a problem I have that hasn't been dealt with. But I won't make the same mistake twice. It wouldn't be fair to you, or to my assistants.
And yet, the fact remains I want to be by your side. Even now. I know we once went our separate ways, and we keep failing to reconnect in quite the same way. But still, I want to be with you, and that feeling hasn't changed.
Wow, you sure know how to leave a guy speechless. I know I'm laying a lot on you here, but you know me. That's just how I am. I'm the same woman you fell for years ago. I've carried these feelings for 8 years. No, even longer than that. And for all that time, they've remained as strong as ever. Elaine, if I'm being honest, I don't think I'll ever be able to settle my account with you. Not with all the good you've done me. I hurt you so much, and then I ran off like a coward. But even after what I did, you still accept me for who I am. Still want to be with me? And you saved me from that hell. Even just that is too much to repay. Wait, what are you... It's probably about time I told you what happened. But when I was stuck in that place. After I was taken from the orphanage, my days in the hell began. I didn't even understand what was going on. I was surrounded by psychos bent on experimenting on me. They made me read one of the Apocrypha and all its words which denied my very existence. Every moment there was suffering. And eventually I let go of who I was. I'm not in pain. I'm not in agony. I'm not alive. No, I'd never even been born. I forced myself to believe all of that until I felt nothing at all. But then one day, a single sensation brought me back from the brink. After days upon days of being force-fed just the bare minimum nutrients to stay alive, my body instinctively started to crave what it lacked. I began to recall a faint memory. A memory of when you brought Quincy Company chocolate to the orphanage. Of when those sweet flavors spread through my mouth for the first time. In the end, I couldn't abandon my sense of self. Or, well, I tried, but whenever I did, I would remember that sweetness. That silly little memory was what tethered me to this world. It was what let me hold on to who I was until the day I finally was saved from that hell. Yes, that's why I ended up becoming just a tiny bit obsessed with sweets.
You idiot. You've had that sweet tooth from the very start. When I found out what happened to you, I hated myself for being so blind. To think my own father made you suffer so much. Somewhere deep in my heart, I believed I didn't have the right to be at your side. But I get it now. Me, Renee, we were there. We were always with you.
You guys were, for sure. Honestly, I had a lot that I wanted to say to you when we reconnected at Artemis as teenagers. But instead, I just acted like the brat I was and ended up running away. So let me say it now. Thank you, Lainey.
That's not fair, Van. After I bared my heart saying all these embarrassing things, you won't even give me a straight answer. That's just not fair.
Yeah. I'm not a fair guy. You've always known that.
Come out, wherever you are, meeting handouts. I can't believe you forgot them. Where did you last? Lane and the Spriggan, what are you two doing? Nice going, Thelma. Don't mind me. Just looking for something I need for our educational visitation. And are we interrupting something? No, you're fine. We just finished our work. Would you like some help looking for those notes? We'd be happy to assist if you'd like. Yeah. After that, Van and Elaine helped Thelma find what she was looking for. Then they reported their findings to Mr. Powell, who left Artemis. You okay? Yes, I'm alright now. Oh, I think we caught those girls a bit by surprise. Yeah, really hoping they aren't the gossipy types. Oh, I doubt they'd spread anything. Although if they did, that would be rather funny in its own right. I think you ought to be a little more concerned, given you're the celebrity here.
Thank you for telling me about what happened, Van. My heart feels a little lighter now. I really want Renee to hear what you said too. But I don't see that happening anytime soon.
We're gonna have to get drinks again sometime. Even if we gotta drag him from his work.
Right. One way or another, we'll make him understand that's what longtime friends like us do for each other. I'll be waiting for that answer, by the way. For however long it takes.
Yeah. I know.
How was that an optional story? Okay.
Initializing planner mode.
Let's go ahead and do Ren's invitation to a riddle. The other day, Ren received a written invitation to a riddle-solving game. It seems pretty questionable, so she'd like us to investigate it together if possible. Should I see what she has to say? Sorry to keep you waiting, Van. Oh, you have a scooter now, Ren? Yo, oh, one of Leno's newerable scooters, huh? You buying that? Yes, but not for the school commute. It's great for casual riding, and since it has good handling, I figured I could drive it around the borough, too. Not a bad idea. You're making me want one. It better be real handy if I wanted to shop somewhere a little further out. Not that I'm saying my pickup is inconvenient or anything. Ren, just don't let Estelle drive it. I don't think that's going to end well. Oh, whatever you say. But I should cut to the chase. I wanted to get your help with something. Sorry it's on such short notice. You're talking about that real-world riddle game, right? One of Percy's deals, I take it. His little enterprise has slowly been gaining steam in the capital. Oh, this guy again? It's no surprise, seeing how unique it is. People have been enjoying his games quite a lot. And thanks to our previous interactions, I'm gonna help him out on occasion. But the other day I received this invitation. A new real-world riddle game, The Hidden Truth of Edith Labyrinth. It's a game spread across the city, requiring players to use the subway system and solve riddles. Sounds interesting to me. But seeing as I'm here, it's not that simple. Quite right. I reached out to Percy and he said it has nothing to do with him. The idea that someone might try to scam people using the popularity of his games sent him right to the authorities. So far, we only know that there have yet to be any reports of injury or harm, and that I am the only one who has received an invitation. Talk about suspicious, especially since it's clearly targeted. I thought you would say that. Perhaps someone wishes to confess their love before their beloved upperclassman goes home to Liberal. I can only hope it's something along those lines. That'd be way too roundabout, beloved underclassman. Is it just me, or are you really enjoying yourself? Setting aside the culprit's intentions, the game itself seems quite fun. Now that I've finished transitioning my student council duties, this might just be the exercise my brain needs. And while we have some fun, we can figure out who the culprit is together. Shouldn't that be priority number 1? Regardless, I suppose nothing about this smells too much. Nothing about you can surprise me anymore, so I might as well come along for the ride. It'd be a nice break, too. The starting point is the train platform there. Now then, shall we play the game? And so Van and Ren made their way down to the subway platform and got to work on the culprit's riddles. Okay, first things first, we have to figure out where we're getting off using the hints sealed inside the invitation. Then we'll make our way to the affiliated shops in each district, gathering hints so we can track down the game's treasure. That's more or less how the game will progress. I should mention, it seems like all the shops were roped in using Percy's name. The culprit even sent them money. Sounds like they're not so much using the game's popularity as hijacking them entirely. Whatever. What's the first hint? Let me see. Oh, insatiable challengers who seek the hidden treasure, make your way to the land of Angles. 3, where the cultures intersect. In the castle, where stories interweave, inspect the nameplate upon which time is inscribed. They're really trying to set a mood. Seems like it'll be reasonably challenging. But not impossible. If we think it through, I'm sure we'll be able to solve the riddle. The key is a bit about a place where cultures intersect, and the castle where stories interweave. So where does that mean exactly? Let's see. Alright, found it. Looks like another hint. The land of Angles. 3, where cultures intersect, refers to the Tyrell district. The castle where stories interweave is the movie theater, which means of course that the nameplate is the movie schedule. Wow, congratulations! Your challenger's playing the game, yes? You're the first ones to track down the hint. As a special gift, please accept these swords. So these are the swords granted to those who seek the treasure. But in reality, they are simply limited time churros. One of the perks for players of the game, I suppose. Culprit's no slouch. They've got good stuff like this lined up. They really know how to keep people motivated. Then shall we continue? After that, Van and Ren rode the subway across the capital, gathering hints as they went along. The difficulty of the riddles worked nicely with the story attached to them, making it a game well worth playing. And the limited time specials offered by the affiliated shops served as fantastic motivation. Van and Ren used their perception and deductive powers to rapidly solve riddle after riddle. Until finally, this is the final riddle. The hidden treasure can be found where the kitty and the Spriggan first met. Now, hold on a second. The other riddles have been rather indirect, but this one gets straight to the point. Where the kitty and the Spriggan first met. Do you remember, Van? How could I forget? Let's not waste any more time. Right. Ever the trickster, I swear. What are you folks doing over here? No one's allowed in while we're working. Oh wait, are you the guys playing that riddle game? Bingo! The organizer reached out to us. Turns out you folks are the first ones to finish the whole thing. There's something hidden over there. Treasure or whatever. Since you're here, why not come and take a look with us? I've been meaning to say thank you after everything that happened with Powder Mater. I'll have to pass. I'm not so self-absorbed as get in the way of the moment. Good day, Ren, and well done, Spriggan. Hey, wait a second. That must be the treasure in question. To the beautiful young lady, Ren Bright, I present this modest bouquet of flowers in celebration of completing your time abroad in Calvard. We have known each other for quite some time now, but who could have guessed you'd become such a beautiful young woman? At the end of your long journey, you've found a place for yourself in the world, and you even managed to bury the past but a few months ago. Your beauty may have been polished in the darkness, but you shine even more brilliantly in the light. This new vision of elegance fills me with great joy. I look forward to your future growth. With love, Phantom Thief Blue Block. It was him! Oh my god. Ouroboros' Enforcer number X, huh? I've heard about him before, but I never thought I'd get involved with him like this. I'm sure he was just passing through the Republic. No doubt he came to offer his congratulations once he heard I was finishing my time abroad. Doing it like this is so very like him. He put together a whole freaking game and everything. But how the hell did he learn about this place? Finding out where you and I first met 6 years ago? I'm sure it was child's play to the elusive phantom thief. Although, I can't say for certain whether or not he planned for us to come here together. This place brings back memories. The way I remember it, after you left the society and got away from that professor who was on your tail. You wandered aimlessly until you found yourself here, right? Yeah, I was just a little lost kitten, quivering in the fear. And then you suddenly sat down next to me and spoke to me. Hey there, young little lady. You're gonna catch a cold if you hang around here at night. And who are you? Can you please leave me alone? I don't wish to talk to anyone right now. That makes two of us. I just started this gig, you see, and I've already messed up big time. Went and lined up to buy the famous cake just to take my mind off things. I'm actually heading home right now. Is that so? How very kind of you to share the dull minute of your daily life. Tell me, would you rather make yourself scarce or be slaughtered here and now? Now, don't be all prickly. To be honest, I didn't think you'd even be here. That your guy wasn't lying. Grandpa? Look, it's cold out. Why don't you just swing by my place? I've got some black tea that'll go great with this cake. Looking back on it, you did act quite suspiciously. You're lucky I didn't report you to the police. Yeah, and thanks for not slaughtering me, too. In the end, you stayed at my place for a while as I did whatever I could to keep the professor at bay. You even managed to make it work until you made it into Crossbell. Okay, so this was after Sky, but before the Crossbell games, apparently. Honestly, I don't know what that old man was thinking, entrusting you to a young guy who'd only just opened up shop. It's because you reminded him of me. We both chose solitude, distancing ourselves from the ones we cared about most. You must have felt we would get along because we shared a similar heart of darkness. I swear that guy. It's not like I made it my past public knowledge. Anyway, it's true I did feel comfortable with you. That brief time I spent with you and your welcoming darkness helped me to heal just a little. And it gave me the gentle push I needed to take the hands offered by those dear to me.
Thank you, Van, for everything you did for me. Far be it from me to be honest with my feelings, but I thought I ought to say so before returning to Liberl.
Nothing to thank me for. You commissioned me for a job, and we both helped each out in the other in the end. Gotta say, I'm damn glad I took that job. When do you head out? Oh, when you do head out, you take care in Liberl, okay?
I will. You take care too, Van. And take good care of Agnes, won't you?
Huh? Of course I will. Afterwards, they let Percy know that the riddle game issue had been resolved. And once again, Esau ran off, and Van got back to work. Okay. That is the connection events done. I
Initializing
believe
planner mode.
next we do need to see a movie. So let's go to Crayon Tower and maybe go to the cinema.
Let's roll.
See what movies they have planned.
Thank you for your visit today.
Step right up.
One will be opening its doors shortly. Ticket holders, please proceed to the entrance.
Okay, still got Sacred Journey, Detective. Okay, so it's same movies. Nothing new here.
Follow a nun and a young boy's journey through the wilderness. Sacred Journey. See the movie critics are raving about, now in theaters.
Hmm.
Thank you for your visit today. Screen 2 will be opening its doors shortly. Please keep all T-phones on silent and enjoy the film. Follow a nun and a young boy's journey through the wilderness. Sacred Journey.
Okay.
See the movie critics are raving about, now in theaters.
I'm gonna say one, probably.
Initializing planner mode.
Who should I watch this with? Probably Aaron and Burgard. I'm sure I'll have a chance to do a connect event with Judith later. They're the only ones that I don't need to do it with Elaine. Yeah, it's gonna have to be the. Yeah, I'll do Aaron and Burgard. And then hopefully with Judith, I'll have some connection events later to get stuff
Step
up for
right
her.
up.
I have no idea what to watch though.
Thank you for your visit today.
Doesn't really matter. We've seen all of this.
Screen 1 will be opening its doors shortly.
I'll do Crimson Fist
The entrance.
because they're both available for that one. Yeah, whatever, old fart. Okay. Oh. Looks like I can watch a
right
second. Oh, it looks like I can watch a second movie. Okay, cool. Well, we will do that. I'll be right back, though. Okay, I'm back. I guess we can't see the second movie, so
Screen 2.
let's see a movie with Judith and Agnes. Agnes actually has a little more to go
Please keep all teeth
than
on
the other
those
ones.
sides and enjoy the film.
Maybe we can see the detective movie with both of them.
Follow a nun and a young boy's
Step right
I
up.
think I've watched that one with either one of them.
sacred journey. See the movie critics are raving about, now in theaters.
Good stuff. I didn't really consider it before, but I guess that detective work is more or less part of your job as a Spriggan van. So, what would you do if you encountered a locked room murder on a train? Well, even if it wasn't given to me as a 4SPG, I couldn't just ignore it if I was there. Suppose I'd try to sniff around and, in my own way, and see what clues pop up to me. Why do you ask? Oh, I was just thinking about what I would do in that scenario as your assistant. The assistants in the movie turned out to be a killer going after Skoriat, though. and yes, you're not planning on killing Van, are you? Well, good for me that I don't have to worry about any of you guys trying to stab me in the back like that. Anyhow, back to your question. Your insight and bravery would be a huge help in that case like that. I bet I'd still be leaning on you, even if the same thing that happened in the movie happened in real life. Hearing that makes me happy. After all, this part-time job of mine often requires some serious detective work. And there's no way I could ignore a case like that, either. So seeing it play out on screen got me thinking what I'd do in their shoes. Man, the script for that one was great. It's the kind of movie that just leaves you guessing who the real criminal is until the very end. Really, hon, I was sure that that old guy who said he was a doctor was the mastermind. Yeah, it was really a really good fake out they pulled. Looking back now, though, the assistant's motive for wanting to kill Skoriat was something you could have caught it out onto in the first act. They did a really good job with the foreshadowing for the whole twist. As a fellow movie enthusiast, I agree, but I was thinking. You were thinking? Oh my gosh. I was frozen over. Is all that something the average moviegoer would catch on to? And if you missed the foreshadowing in the first half, then Whistle's motive might seem like it came out of nowhere. Ah, yeah, that's a fair point. This being a mystery movie, it makes sense you wouldn't want the big twist to be too obvious. Right, so you can't just lay all that info out plainly, but if you keep things too vague, then some people won't pick up on it. It's gotta be a tough balancing act for people who make movies in this genre. Okay, cool. Right. We got to do Judith anyway, so. Good stuff. Yeah. Now, gotta do all side quests.
Initializing planner mode.
So we will start in old.
Off we go.
Those swallows look like they'll be leaving the nest another scorcher.
Would you care for some flowers?
There's no place quite like home.
What to do?
Junction Area Bounty. According to recent intel, a dangerous monster, the Caribbean Talos, has been sighted in the Junction area of the Lever District. We'd really appreciate you taking care of this in the guild's stead. Why is this posted in... Why is this posted in Old Town? The Junction area... The Lever District has a 4SPG board. In fact, I'm pretty sure it has a quest on it right now. Maybe that's why. I don't know. That's weird.
Well then, shall we?
Okay. Oh, that's a interesting looking enemy.
Watch out. That enemy looks strong. We should go on the attack. Time to go all out. Keep it up. It's working. Help, help. Too slow. Stray cat.
How rude of me. Here to help.
A boost would work here. Displaying information.
Keep it up. It's working.
Activating skill.
Flames within. Destroy. At your service. Allow me to help. Shield. Protect us all. Over here. I'll take you on.
Activating skill.
Up and away. Let's go. Painted vivid. Cerise Fantasia.
Boost
We can
gauge
win
limit
this.
increased.
Now's a great time for a shard boost.
Keep it up. It's working.
I bring my Cypher activate. Yeah.
I'll support you.
Taking point.
Engaging skill.
Oh, radiant wings. Knights of Arcadia.
Boost gauge upgraded.
You won't best me. Yeah.
Need a hand?
We should go on the attack.
Activating skill.
There you are.
Here to help.
Keep it up. It's working.
Wonderful! You have an Arthur vulnerable to.
We should go on the attack.
I'll cover you.
Criminal mute.
Need a hand?
Focus unleashed.
Cypher activate.
Need a hand?
If you would. my move.
Too slow. We can win this. Yeah.
You won't get away with this.
Yeah. We can win this.
Wonderful! You have an Arthur vulnerable
Cut it
to.
all out.
Wonderful!
Get ready.
You have an Arthur vulnerable to.
You're done.
At your service.
Activate
At your service, if you please.
Yeah.
If you would.
They flinched.
Here goes.
Activating skill.
Pitiful.
Ooh, new skill for reset.
That's all, folks.
Reward deposited.
Okay. That monster quest is done. Let's go to the
Let's do
bathhouse
this.
and recharge before we continue.
I appreciate.
This is perfect.
This might be a little too toasty.
It sure is hot. I'm sweating up a storm.
You look nice and refreshed.
Okay. I'll be right back, and then we'll take another look at that second quest here in Old Town. Okay. Let's go to this other side quest. Where'd she go? What if some bad people came and kidnapped her? Whoa, 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 what's this about? Oh, Van, something bad's happened. The mommy swallow is gone. The one who built her nest on the front wall of Montmart? You're saying she went off somewhere and hasn't come back? Yeah, usually she's flying around here, but I haven't seen her since this morning. And her babies are still there too. This never happened before. That's certainly a cause for concern if they've yet to fully leave the nest. Yeah, it could be something's keeping her away from home. They say swallows are good luck, plus she's one of Montmart's regulars at this point. That's reason enough to track her down. We've got the time. Right. Why don't we begin speaking with those at the bistro?
Time to get to work.
Okay, topic quest.
So much hustle and bustle.
With
If
Yums
I may
first.
trouble you a moment.
Huh? The mommy swallow's still not back? She does fly far to get food sometimes, but how far are we talking? All the way to another district? Probably. There aren't too many plants around here after all. Oh yeah, Brody's got a thing for places with lots of nature and stuff. Lots of nature? That narrows our search range down then. Yep. And she likes to be up where it's kinda high too. She'll always go bug catching on hills in those sort of places. Wow, you must have been watching real closely. It's for my school project, so I gotta. Well, we have that to thank for pointing us in the right direction. Thank you, Yume. The rest of you as well. If anything, I should be thanking you guys for hearing Mark out. Good luck with the swallow, everybody. Yeah, get out there and track her down. And let us know when you do, too.
If I may trouble you a moment.
Swallows look like they'll be leaving the nest.
Rocket launch.
It does seem like the mother swallow. It doesn't seem like the mother swallow's come back. Yeah, consider we couldn't find her anywhere nearby.
This place is so cozy, I might never leave.
Got a question for you.
Now that you mention it, I haven't seen her today. This is usually when she's at her liveliest. I'm sorry, if only I'd paid more attention to the front of the bistro. Oh, please, you have nothing to apologize for. What she said. Doesn't that mean you don't have any clue where she might have gone, though, huh? Not personally, no, but on that note, you know how Yume's been keeping a close watch on the swallows recently, right? Well, not too long ago, she asked Fio to monitor them from time to time. Fio, huh? They're definitely a suitable choice for keeping surveillance. In which case, oh, they might just have the information we need. That's the hope, yes. You should find Fio hanging some laundry for me on the roof. I'm worried about those swallows myself, so do your best to find their mother, okay?
Can you spare a moment?
It was raining this morning, too. I'm starting to worry for those swallows myself now. Hopefully you find the mama soon, for her baby's sake.
If I may trouble you a moment.
The mama swallow, she made a real ruckus while I was cleaning the front of the bistro this morning. Though, now that you bring it up, it's gotten awfully quiet since. Swallows come to these parts on an annual basis, but there's no accounting for their original tragedy. Would be nice if they all left the nest in one piece this year. Keep an eye out for them, won't you?
Let me ask you something.
Okay. Where are we going to next? Looks like there is on the roof.
Let me ask you something.
Theo, you've been checking on that swallow nest every now and then, haven't you? Affirmative. Conditions are monitored once every hour, to be precise. Judging by their current stage of development, the baby chicks are likely to leave the nest in an estimated 3 to 5 days. You can predict that? You're amazing, Theo. Yes, we should count ourselves lucky. Would you happen to know where the mother might have gone then? It doesn't seem like she's been back in a while. Query received. Now scanning personal history log. Relation complete. The mother swallow was last spotted this morning at 6 o'clock a.m. She was in the process of flying northwest in search of food, one might speculate. Northwest, huh? Knowing the direction is a big help. Thanks, Fio. You're a lifesaver. You are quite welcome. Fio prays the mother is in good health. Fio's records indicate the bird took flight towards the northwest early in the morning. Right. Now, what's a district out northwest of Old Town that's slightly elevated position that's filled with foliage? Wait a moment. Yes, Laverne fits that particular description rather nicely. It definitely is chock full of greenery, so that tracks. I think we've got our destination then. Let's head over once we're ready.
Initializing planner mode.
Going back to the Laverne district again.
Heading to the objective.
Never tasted a dessert this good.
Can you spare a moment?
A swallow? Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have much for you. I've been inside this whole time.
Hey, you! You'll buy something, yeah?
Let me ask you something.
A mother swallow? Yes, I believe I may have caught sight of... Swallows are supposed to migrate around June, so it's rare to see them during this season. However, I spotted a swallow this morning, most diligently searching for food. Then some dogs were out on their walks and started barking, leading it to fly off in a hurry. Well, there you have it. Are you not impressed by my dear sister's impeccable memory? Okay, there's no question she came to the Laverne district. Yeah, it sounds like she might have been in a panic state right now. Let's take a look around here.
Do you have a moment?
Let me ask you something.
Panic swallow? Now that you mention it, not too long ago I heard something collide with one of our windows. I also remember hearing the sound of wings ruffling, so it could have been a bird. I see. In other words, while in the frenzy state, she flew into the glass. The windows do appear to be well cared for and are quite clear. Yeah, so it wouldn't be strange at all if she hit it. But if that's the case, she's probably even more panicked now. Right, we need to find her as quickly as possible.
Let me ask you something.
Pardon me.
Swallow? Yeah, I saw something like that flying earlier. It was zipping around all over the place, but I have no clue where it went off to.
Pardon me.
Oh, for real? That sucks. Hope it didn't bump into anything.
Excuse me?
Wait, a swallow ran into the glass? It broke. I'd have to collect the insurance payout. Oh, this is so annoying. Get that swallow, just stay put.
Let us pray.
Can you spare a moment?
Oh, that's certainly worrying. Well, I wish I could be of help. I'm afraid I haven't seen nor heard anything about a swallow.
Do you have a moment?
Oh, that's certainly worrying. Okay. Well,
Can you spare a moment?
a swallow collided with some glass. You know something? I do. As it happens, you see, just a moment ago, the bell in the chapel made a strange noise. It's quite possible that something flew right into it. And if it started panning after hitting the glass, right, that's definitely a possibility. Is there any way we can get up to the bell tower? Yes. Up on the ladder. Use up the ladder on the second floor. Just watch your step. I wish you luck with finding that poor swallow.
If I may trouble you a moment.
There it is, the mama swallow. Just like we thought. So glad we found it. Let's take it and... God damn it, who's ringing the bell? You knew we were up here. The 1 o'clock bell. My ears, wait! No, it flew away! Should have known it would happen. It is what it is. At the very least, we've picked up on its trail. Indeed, given the direction it flew off in, I think we can hazard a guess at where it's heading. We can? Oh, now that you mention it, Agnes's house has a ton of greenery, doesn't it? Oh, right. I suppose we should go have a look then.
Let us pray.
Chirp, chirp. Ah, the herb garden at Agnes's place, so it really was here. This place has quite a bit of greenery, and it's so nice and tranquil. Plus, I guess the swallows calmed down, too. Well, that's a relief. It reminds me, my mother's herb garden has always had all sorts of different birds visiting it. I wonder if they came here to rest their wings after experiencing hardships. Like the little one here. Is something wrong, Agnes? No, it's nothing. Now, should we take it under our care? I think that would be prudent. It looks somewhat injured, so we need to treat its wounds. Van's group caught the parent swallow, being cautious not to startle it. They applied basic first aid using healing arts and ointment from Agnes's house. Then they brought it home. Wow, the swallow's back! Yep, I'm so glad it's okay. Thanks so much for finding the swallow, everyone! No sweat. Well, maybe not no sweat, seeing as this turned into a wild swallow chase. I'm still glad its injuries were minor, at least. They healed in no time at all. I doubt her brief absence will have any impact on the chicks being able to leave the nest on time. Which, incidentally, will be happening soon, according to Theo. I believe they said it should be within a few days. The baby swallow has been practicing flying lately. That sounds about right. Yay! Aren't you excited for them, Yume? For sure. But until then, we gotta keep looking after them. I'm gonna watch them like a hawk. Me too. I'll take the early morning shift. Oh boy. Bundle of energy, these kids. Things are back to normal. And with that, we can hereby declare this case closed.
Well done, everyone.
And vehicle on
Swallows
Edith's
look like they'll be
Spellway.
leaving the nest soon.
And now for the latest news.
Yay, the mommy swallow's back. Thanks for finding her. Now the whole family can leave the nest together, right? I can't wait. I'm gonna wake up early every day to see if it happens. In the end, the most important thing is that they're thriving. Yes, perhaps it's strange, but I feel like they've cheered me up too.
Possible falling debris from the launch. Exclusion zones will likely be established in certain areas.
Okay. That side quest is done. Next.
Initializing
We already have
planner
a
mode.
quest here
Navigation point set.
in Riverside, although I'm not sure. I think that's taking us somewhere else now.
Good stuff.
Yeah, it is. That's taking us around. So let's go ahead and go to the Arbor District next.
Let's
Let me
be
just
on our
double check.
way.
There's nothing here. There's a topic quest here. No, I think this is the This is this side quest that I'd already started, so
Initializing
we'll do this
planner
one. Alright, so that's that strange illness that she has no idea what it is. Okay.
What can I get for you? Hope it's to your satisfaction.
If I may trouble you a moment.
You were asking if anything unusual happened with the monitor recently? Yeah, thought you might have heard something since you're the owner. Not a thing. I haven't got any reports about it either. All passer-by catch sight of the monitor, not just people visiting Iota. Between the space program and the new movie ads, it's definitely been getting more attention lately. If someone could get sick just by looking at it, you'd think there'd be more victims. That's definitely the true. If the guild received such a report, it'd become their first priority. It could be a problem was hidden specifically so that no one could believe the victims, even if they did speak up. True, although it may be too early to draw conclusions one way or another. You say it happens when they just look at the monitor? Or do you have an idea? I just remembered that I might have heard something about that in a lecture back when I was studying at the Institute of Science. If I remember right, there was a sort of technology involving moving pictures that had been misused. Lectures do often cover well-known misuses and risks of past technology. If there was already word of it happening when Alien was in school. Yeah, it may have just been an incident from long ago. Though I can't remember it very well. No, that was actually informative in a lot of ways. Thanks.
Pardon me. Time to depart.
Excuse me?
You're feeling unwell after looking at the monitor? Terribly sorry, but I haven't heard about anything like that. Certainly it would be inexcusable if the Chardon were to ignore something negatively impacting our guests. I see. You had a lot of visitors here, and the monitor certainly attracts attention. Yes, after all, it is a curved monitor, which is the latest tech. I don't know the details, but I have heard it's quite the groundbreaking technology. Yes, we've only just started having curved screens capable of matching the standards of flat ones. The fact that you can see it, even when you're not looking straight on, makes it incredibly effective for advertising. I heard they were considering introducing them to a variety of formats, like desktop computers. Katra, you look kind of happy. That's the tech enthusiast for you. Since we're here, have you noticed anything curious? Anything at all? It doesn't have to involve people who look at the monitor. Now that you mention it, we did overhear a guest mentioning something he saw on the monitor. He claimed he saw a white image flash on it for just a second. A white image? I kept an eye out for it myself just in case, but I never saw a thing. I concluded that perhaps the screen was just a little unstable, even though it is the latest model. Can't deny the possibility, I suppose. Well, thanks for answering our questions. We've heard a lot about the screens from Radley mentioned. However, while we received some concerning reports, I hesitate to say we found any decisive leads. Yeah, the client's not the only one to see the monitors. A bunch of other folks have seen them too. And nobody else has gotten sick from it besides her. Just to make sure, we're still planning to trust Radley and continue the investigation, right? And of course, she really is feeling sick, and that's all we need to know. I suppose you're right. There may be some sort of prerequisite required for it to occur. Something that causes it to only work on specific people in the crowds. Is that even possible? And that's true. And at this point, we should probably check the footage for ourselves. The footage was presumably provided by the respective advertising companies. The guild could probably acquire it under the pretext of assisting with the investigation. If you could arrange that for us, it'd be a big help. And let's get in touch and see what we can negotiate. And so they contacted the Orbital Cafe and the Chardon again. After receiving permission from the advertising companies, the group was given the video footage that aired on the two monitors. Fanny and the others then took it back to the office to analyze. Analysis complete. A file size discrepancy between the original footage and provided and the footage currently being broadcast has been found. It appears that the digital images were mixed into the gaps in the footage at an unknown time. Just as I thought. I'll try displaying them. What the hell is this? A white image? Could it be what we heard about at the Chardon? I think so. Though the guest probably only noticed it by chance. It appears that this was inserted between frames in the video via the Orbital network. No doubt about it. It's intended to create a subliminal effect. Subliminal? It's a technique to influence one's subconscious using images that flash by at imperceivable speeds. I have heard that it works on the unconscious mind and to some extent can even control the way someone thinks. Yeah, word has it that when Orbital movies first started out, they experimented with it in local theaters. Say, by inserting images of popcorn in a movie, they could dramatically increase sales. After that, though, cults and frauds started abusing it. Nowadays, there are regulations to protect against it. I know about the part with the movies, but I can't believe it actually works. Subliminal imprinting. Could such a thing really have an impact on Radley's physical health? There's a psychological precedent, so I don't think it's impossible. Though I can't say it's happening in this case for sure, nor would the conditions have to be to make it happen. Who in the world would do this? And why? We need to put a stop to it as soon as we can. Yeah, our client might not be the only victim. Maybe we can trace the data? I'm currently using the Orbital network to attempt to trace the data contained in the image. There, the address appears to be the control room of Treon Tower? Of all places? Swen and Nadia conducted an investigation there previously. We should be able to reach it via the stairs on the observation deck. Yeah, one more time like the present. From there, the group contacted the Orbital Cafe and the Shorten to disclose the subliminal messaging they've discovered, and for instructing them to restore an old, unmodified version of the video. Van and crew resumed their investigation.
Let's do this.
Is near. Guide everyone. Yeah, I think you think he's the culprit? Maybe. He's acting a bit odd. You're right. How did he not notice all of us entering the room? The source is that terminal there. I think we need to shut it down right away no matter what. Bracer would logically interrogate the man about the situation first. Well, what's the move here? Ask him about the situation. Knock him out, no questions asked. Hey, you, what are you doing with that terminal? Who are you? This is holy ground. Nuisances must disappear. Oh. Weren't we gonna talk to him? It was legitimate self-defense. Perhaps my original plan was too naive. Something about this is... Let's investigate the terminal while we have the chance. I'm seeing a history of hacking into street monitors using the tower's orbital network. Just as we thought. It seems they were using this to insert subliminal messages remotely. Can we stop it? How about that? It appears to have complex security measures in place utilizing orbital locks. It may be difficult to shut it down by force, and it's possible that one wrong move could result in the loss of stored information. And perhaps this is a job for Mayor? Yeah, we might be able to get through with a holocore hacking. It's all yours, Van. Right then, let's get down to it.
Leave it to me. This is kid stuff. Security bypass. Conducting search. Conducting search. Conducting search. This is kid stuff. Security bypass. Conducting search. This is kid stuff. Security bypass. Conducting search. Conducting search. I made it! This thing's as good as unlocked.
Alright, we did it. Way to go, Van. Nice work. We've succeeded in completely blocking the hacking to each location. I'll secure the stored information. This is... the white image used for the subliminal imprinting. The picture is mostly obscured by noise before, but this is the full thing. It says D, isn't that the people Van fought last night? Walter Dawn. That's the name we heard this morning. We would have guessed this would have been about the people we're after. This is only speculation based on what we know. Perhaps they're using this footage to lure particular people to AD. Do you mean that they were gathering people to meet their standards by transmitting this image? That could be... Remember Jenny's disappearance from the share house this morning? That flash we saw on her computer screen might have been this image. Now that you mention it, then that incident might also be related. There's a non-zero chance of that for sure. I take it that this is all you were able to salvage? Right, there was hardly any important information left on the terminal. Or any information at all, really, judging by the data records. The man operating the terminal must have just been another victim. I suspect it'll be difficult to trace it any farther from here. Maybe so. But even just knowing it's related to AD is a win in my book. Ugh. A. D. Wake up! Huh? Ooh, what have I been doing? Ah! You revived him with chi, huh? Figured it worked on the guys last night, too. Other than Jeffrey. Maybe I could use it to restore our client's health, too. Yes, let's get back to her with everything we've learned. After that, the group entrusted the staff member to the guild and left Treon Tower. They then made their way back to the client. Wake up! I feel so much lighter, and the haze in my head has cleared up. How in the world did you do that? Just think of it as a type of Eastern medicine. We also solved their abnormality in the monitors you told us about. There's no need to worry anymore. Thank you. How can I ever repay you? You know, I feel like I might have heard the word subliminal before. How bizarre that the human body can be affected by such a thing. Of course, we can't tell her about AD. You think if we just left her the way she was, she would have, joined the group in question? It's highly likely. Yes, I'm glad we were able to step in before that happened. It's possible that there are other people who have been affected by the footage. Yeah, but since we don't know what causes certain people to be affected, there's not much we could do. At least we were able to alert the guild and the police. All that we can do now is keep an eye out. My work relationships haven't been good. And when I started feeling sick, neither my colleague nor my doctor believed me. I felt so forlorn, so isolated. I even started feeling down about life itself. Then I turned to you guys in a last-ditch effort, and you believed me. Maybe my life isn't something to be discarded after all. Something you gotta take both the good. Sometimes you gotta take both the good and the bad. What a life. So why not live boldly? Remember that even being alone can be fun. And of course, you can always throw up a 4SPG when you need to. Man. Yes, I'll remember that. Thank you so much.
That takes care of that.
Reward deposited.
Serving supersized horses today.
My work relationships were collapsing, and I was going through so much. I felt like I couldn't count on anyone. Then you came to me and solved my problem. I'm so glad I trusted you guys. Thank you for everything. Now I can be a bit more positive, too. Okay. Another side quest bites the dust. Oh, almost at 90. I'll be back in just a couple minutes. Okay, let's continue. Actually,
Let's
the
roll,
Auburn
gang.
district.
Okay.
The new first years are quite.
Next part is Judith's mom and
Welcome to Andalusia, participant.
with Crazia here for some reason together. Interested to see what this is all about. Oh, Mom? Oh, it's Miss Chloe and Lucrezia? The hell kind of lineup is this? And you're even showing your face this time around?
If it isn't the Spriggan and his helpers. Hello there. I didn't expect to run into you again so soon. In regard to my face, it's not as though it's meant to be kept secret. You all saw how I looked when I wore a kimono before, no?
Oh yeah, I guess that's true.
I've heard all about how things have been going, and from the sound of it, you've all been through a lot. It seems someone gave you a bit of a hard time recently.
You know that much, I'm not quite sure how to respond. But regardless, it's nice to meet you. My name is Elena Claire. How polite of you. I'm Chloe, Judith's mother. I'm sure you already know my background, so it shouldn't be too much of a surprise. But Lucrezia and I have been acquainted since back when I was still, working full-time. Indeed, we first met when before I had even joined the society. It's been, my word, 16 years since we last fought while I was a member of the Order of the Moonlight Horse. Yeah, you were always quite the troublemaker back then, weren't you? Though it seems you've mellowed out quite a bit since then. Well, I owe that largely to you and your relentless scolding now, don't I? I see. I had no idea. Come to think of it, you were working full-time up until 10 or so years ago, Miss Lancer. You two were kind of like Jaegers then. Sometimes you'd fight, but other times you'd work together? That about sums it up, yes. She was never completely awful, but Mr. Oathbreaker, on the other hand. Yeah, we're very familiar with him by now. Well, as much as we may seem like a package deal, I'm not always working with him, you know. Back when we were both in the Order, he was fairly hands-off when it came to my activities. Even now, I'm not quite sure what he's up to. Huh. So that's how it is. A friend with a hat didn't mention he was on some kind of trip. A fool, that professor. Starting to seem like everyone in your group is doing their own thing. I can't deny that. Even Walter's acting on his own right now. However, you needn't worry, thanks to that agreement between the Grand Master and President Gramhart. Given how much dear Elroy has been scolded, I especially doubt he'll stir up trouble anytime soon. As much as I'd like that to be true, I'm not about to count on it. By the way, maybe you could give us more details about your pact with my father? Nice try, but sorry. That's not something I can let slip so easily. In any event, I plan to leave Edith soon and head off to a certain place. Again with a vagueness. Well, at the very least, enjoy the cake here. It's so good at restoring the humanity in your dark, twisted soul. If I had my way, I'd sit Harwood, the fool, and your professor down and shove a slice of each into their throats, too. Something tells me it wouldn't have quite the same effect on them as it does you, Van. Well, I had been recommending it to Yorda and a few others, but it seems you're quite a fan of sweets yourself. Yes, my daughter's told me all kinds of stories about your sweet tooth. I got to thinking, I'd love for a connoisseur as such as yourself to try this one dessert in my recipe book someday. You got a dessert? Never change, Van. Never change. Van hears about a new sweet and his neurons light up like a bonfire. Oh, you mean that... Wait, hold on a second. We're getting off topic. I'm a little curious, honestly. At the very least, it seems we don't need to be overly suspicious of Miss Isley for the moment. True. We best leave it to Miss Lanster to keep an eye out on her while we focus on other tasks. By the way, I'll be taking the evening train back to Anchorville tonight. Your grandmother will be staying in the capital, however, so if anything happens, be sure to call her, alright? Got it. Stay safe on your way home, Mom. Will do. But about that dessert you were talking about earlier... Man... Good grief. The desserts here truly are divine, by the way. Thank you for the recommendation, Arkwright. Perhaps I'll buy a few things to bring back for our young recruits. I imagine this is a far cry from Grandma Essie, but I'm glad to hear she looks out for the younger members. Yeah, I guess she does, huh? Like that time she helped Ren. And she helped out with Swen, too. But knowing just who those young recruits are, to be able to treat them as juveniles without backlash, she must be formidable indeed. As long as she doesn't turn on us, I doubt we need to be too worried. Okay. Someone's in the cathedral that has dialogue. So maybe I missed talking to someone a second time. There we go. Okay, up next to Treon Tout.
Let's be on our way.
Okay, so we're going to the Quincy Parlor downstairs. Okay, that big group of Artemis students here, including Ren. And, bunch of Agnes' classmates.
Take your time.
Yeah, Odette was here as well. Oh, Agnes! And the rest of your work crew. Busy on the job as usual, are we? Yes, it's good to see you all. Really cutting loose having a girls' day out at Quincy Parlor. Plus one guy. Shut it! It's not like I want to be here. Can we just get to the this educational visitation meeting done with? Don't be so impatient, James. Educational visitations? Well, that brings back memories. Sure does. I heard they suddenly made the call to do it in Longley this year. Yep, originally we were supposed to be off until the end of the week. But then the space program got moved forward. I have to say, I'm looking forward to getting the chance to see the Amanda launch. You still haven't decided on whether or not you're going to participate, though, have you, Agnes? Yes, that's right. Sorry to cause you so many problems. It's fine. What happens, happens. You just focus on doing your thing, okay? Thank you, Odette. It's nice to have such good friends. Well, you can keep mulling it over until the 11th hour if that's what you need. Right. Speaking of student council work, you mentioned having a good deal of trouble with vendors compared to last year, yes? Yeah, about that. Apparently it's because people left their jobs without passing on the appropriate information. Seems like there's been more people like that in the past year, regardless of the industry. Is that so? Smells like it might be related to the missing persons incident. They must have all had their own individual reasons to quit. Dissatisfaction with their current circumstances could be a common factor, though. At any rate, it'd be a shame not to make the most of the venue here. Do your meat in the right way and get yourself some sweets. But of course, that's what we were intending on from the start. Good luck to all of you, too. Come to think of it, Alp and them are apparently having their own all-guys meeting. Different strokes for different folks, I guess. No matter what, we need to keep on keeping on. So if anything comes up on this, you always got my ear. Try not to shoulder the world on your own, okay? That means a lot, Odette. Thank you. We get to see the manned rocket launch up close and personal. What visitation could be more educational than that? I can hardly wait. Space development's sure to have some stumbling blocks, but the triumph over it all is going to be out of this world. Literally. This is the next school trip we decided on all at once, so a number of students opted out of it. Guess that's what it means to more souvenir. I guess means more souvenirs I'll have to buy. Well, lies a fantastic filming location, so I have to make the most of it. Getting some footage of the rocket will put me over the moon. Too bad I probably couldn't use it in a movie. You know, my brother mentioned there being sudden resignations in the Department of Internal Affairs, too. Maybe there's more of a connection here than meets the eye. Speculating can only go so far, though. Ugh, being the only guy here is so damn awkward. Maybe a good dessert will get me distracted. I get the sense spending time with everyone like this will only make my eventual goodbye even more bittersweet. Still, it's not as though it'll be for good. Maybe I'll invite you out to Liberl someday. Please do, Ren. Please do. We would love to see Liberl again after all these years. Okay. That is done. So up next we have a side quest in the Liver district here. Okay.
Hey, you! You'll buy something, yeah?
Huh? The hell is this? Discovered a single sticky note on the back of the bulletin board. Yo, Van Arkwright! Seems like you're always working hard here in the capital. Sure, you're active, but don't you think you've got some work to do when it comes to trying to tying up some loose ends? I just want to say hi and provide some support on your old cases. What is that? It's adorned by a 4SPG symbol I've never seen before. Oh, you're right. The design's a little creepy. They seem pretty self-confident. Do you have any clue who wrote this, Van? Nope, not at all. I'm almost positive it's nobody I know. Oh, there's more in the back. P.S. If your nose is as good as they say it is, then maybe you'll recognize me during the day. I'm looking forward to meeting you, the original Spriggan. Original? What does he mean during the day? It seems like someone is challenging you right now. Yeah, we could probably just ignore it, but I'm curious what he means by support. Let's see if we can't sniff out what this guy's deal is, and figure out what it has to do with past 4SPGs.
Let's get this party started.
Okay, looks like we got a lot of places to go for this.
Ice cream! Get your ice cream here!
Just a minute, I don't understand. Are you trying to get close to Jessica again? I swear, by the goddess, I'm not. It's not like I'm asking her for contact information. I just want to apologize and beg for forgiveness. Isn't this the guy behind the whole stalker thing we dealt with before? Yes, he's the client. He tried to deceive us, but what happened to his face? I think the lady he talks to works in the cafe in Tyrell. She's the victim's friend, if I remember correctly.
Can you spare a moment?
It's you! Oh, you're Arkwright Solutions, right? Yeah, we met the young lady recently, but it's been a real long time since we saw you. You're Jonas Taylor, assistant manager of sales at Elba Trading Company. How did you know that? I see, he's the culprit from the stalker case I read about in your files. Right, he pretended to be her long-lost brother at first, but it turned out to be a stalker himself, right? Gross. Basically, he's just a threat to women. And his victim's name was Jessica, right? I thought she moved. Is this guy trying to get her friend to tell him her new address? Oh, you've got it all wrong. I did wonder if that was what he wanted when he reached out, but I don't think I can let what I've heard slide. But he doesn't seem to be lying. Yeah, so who gave you those bruises? Don't play dumb. He's one of yours, isn't he? Confess. Couldn't forget about Jessica even after what happened. hoping we could somehow get it back together, but if it means I have to go through something like that, then forget it. I swear to Goddess, I'll never approach her again, so please leave me alone. If you dredge this up again, I'll turn myself into the police, even if the courts. I'll probably get fired too, but I just don't care. What was that all about? I don't know, but it sounds like he won't be bothering your friend Jessica. And judging by the bruises on the face, it looks like someone punched him. Yes, he seems to believe it was our crew who was responsible. Part of me wishes it was. Well, that would be constitute a crime in the Republic. But wasn't this a case from something like 10 months ago? Why bring it up now? It certainly did have to do with the past 4 SPG.
Can you believe it? We're gonna go to space!
Heading to the objective.
Okay, so these were all those blue event markers that I had gone to earlier. Except now they've changed a little bit. Oh, you're the one who took my Pentiel wallet, though I've since gotten it back. Out of curiosity, why did you wait all till now to apologize and return my mirror? Why does that matter? Just take the damn money already. These two. I recognize one of them. She was one of our former clients. Her 4SPG was one of the first ones we worked on together. Yeah. And all these people from like the first game. The fancy wallet she got from her parents was stolen. And we helped her buy it back.
Got a question for you.
Oh, it's you guys? Long time no see, young lady. It's been quite a while. Is there some kind of trouble going on? Who are you guys? People who have nothing to do with this should scram. Funnily enough, we do have something to do with this. I'm a Spriggan, my assistant, and I helped her get her wallet back. A Spriggan? Based on how this conversation is going, one might infer that you're the one who stole the wallet. Is she only deciding now to apologize? Yeah, she reached to me out to me out of nowhere, saying she wanted to meet up so she could apologize. I was a little nervous, but she seemed pretty distraught, so... Anyway, I'm returning the 5,000 mirror I stole from your wallet, and adding in 5,000 you had to spend to buy it back. That makes 10,000. Now, will you forgive me once and for all, right? I don't know if that old guy is a friend of yours or what, but you better not sick him on me, okay? Oh. She's gone. Don't really understand what that was all about. Do you want to chase her? Nah, we shouldn't need to. He doesn't seem like a pickpocket though, so what do you think? We didn't catch her in the act, so I'm willing to look the other way. Of course, I will remember her face. Thanks again for helping me back then. I wonder how that woman got my contact information. I don't think my address was in my wallet. Is it really okay for me to accept this mirror? It ain't counterfeit, so you're probably fine. But who's the old guy she was talking about? And this is the second time this has happened. Okay. Next we go to, here now.
Let's roll.
Welcome to the Trion Mall. Here you'll find
store, a movie theater,
time for a breather.
portable clothing retailers, and other various
Could you please refrain from putting this into the paper? We'd be willing to compensate you with a consulting fee within reason. Mess has both parties completely perplexed. Surely you can reconsider in light of that. I get where you're coming from, I do. But if this is true, then we got a responsibility to report on it. Though by the sound of it, this leak didn't come from the other end of the dispute.
luxury wines and acerbic tomatoes.
In any event, if I could at least review the article before it goes to print. The editor-in-chief's a given, but that woman doesn't look familiar. Too? Yeah, we helped her deal with that actor she was managing back in Messeldom. Yep, the guy brought it on himself, but he took kind of a nosedive as an actor afterward. You could say that he's gotten back into the groove though recently. I suppose if anyone would know, it would be you.
Do you have a moment?
You'll also find
What? You guys again? You're those fixers from Messeldom. Hey, Miss Manager, long time no see. Let me guess. That case we helped you with is rearing its ugly head again? That's right. Oh, I should introduce myself first. I'm actor Ethan Smith's talent manager. Thanks to you, that woman with a grudge against Ethan was talked into leaving him alone. Ethan was penalized for his actions, but he's finally regained his footing. But now, all these months later, the full details of that case and Ethan's misconduct has leaked to Meld magazine here. What? Everything about how he got involved with a fan, dumped her, and then ended up being stalked by her? My goodness, how despicable. Yeah, no matter how you look at it, this is just desserts. I would prefer the woman he wronged be the one who received the assistance. Well, it was what it was. That aside, do you got any idea who leaked the story? Ugh. Thought there was nothing to you Spriggan, but you catch on quickly. You're spot on. We received an anonymous, detailed report that was sent directly to the editorial department the day before yesterday. When we checked with the woman who we made the settlement with, she claimed to have nothing to do with it. She said she'd met someone new and would be extremely embarrassed if this incident was made public. Really now? Hey, Van. We can't really overlook this, can we? Yeah, I know. We sure didn't leak it, but we don't really want the specifics of our business disclosed, or confidentiality questioned. You mind lending us a hand on this case for the time being? Depending on the circumstances, we might be able to give your magazine an even juicier story. Very well, I accept. What? Are you sure? Positive. Well, the leaks appear accurate. Their source is unknown. They simply isn't our style to go along with something like this. And even if we did cover the story, it wouldn't gain much traction. Like the space program. I only have one condition. Handle the payback in our stead. Leave it to us. So you're willing to overlook what Ethan did? Yes, I'm now even more worried about the woman, but if anything else happens, the guild will lend a hand. That's a relief. Who would have thought that someone would leak the case after all this time? This is the third time now. There's no longer any doubt. Someone's calling. Is this a past client? Arkwright Solutions, Van speaking. Thank goodness, this is the right number. Do you remember me? My name is Amy. I'd asked you to look for Mark who had gone missing? Yeah, I remember. He was a member of the Desire gang that was cooperating with Armada. He had left the gang for her sake, but ended up paying the price for it with his life. That's right. He was sent to a Jaeger Corps camp that was hostile to Armada once in order to scout out their strength. We at the guild learned about it only after the fact. Only we could have intervened a little sooner. Thank you for your help back then. You went through so much trouble for me. I haven't been able to put it completely behind me yet, but I'm finally facing forward and... Wait, enough about me. I need to tell you what just happened. Someone claiming to be a Spriggan reached out to me. Huh? What? How can that be? Can you tell me about him? What do they want? He was maybe in his early 20s. He was tall and a little handsome. He's different from you, but he did have a similar vibe. Aha, so he was a hunky, wild-looking guy with a gruff but attractive face? Hey now! So what did this guy want? Well, he brought up the man who forced Mark to take on the unreasonable job that led to his death. And he asked, don't you want revenge? I don't know for sure, but that was probably talking about Desire's leader, right? If it weren't for him, Mark would be... Right now, we'd be... I didn't know how to respond. I hesitated. Before I could give him an answer, he said, understood, leave it to me, and then left. I see. Don't worry, we'll handle this. You said you finally got back on your feet, yeah? Just leave the meddler to us. All right, thank you. Even if he was a little handsome, he seemed dangerous. If you really don't know who he is, then be careful. To sum it up, Van, it sounds like something could have happened to that guy. You're right. We'd better get over there right away. Our destination is... the Liver District. This guy is targeting Jeffrey, ex-leader of the Desire. I wonder if Eddie will be okay. Jeffrey, too. That guy said he was a Spriggan, but just how is he connected to Van's group? So we got to him already, huh? Man, perfect timing. A Spriggan came for Jeffrey just a few minutes ago. He was saying stuff like, I have more to say about last night's incident before leaving with them. And he was a little worried, so we followed them. Damn, we're too late. Still, we should be able to catch up to them if we hurry. They went that way, right? Leave it to us. We'll make sure Eddie's safe, too. Okay, I'm counting on you. Oh, and we've broken 90 hours. Ugh.
Bit early to be going Betty by on me, ain't it? So much for Jeffrey Valentino, ex-leader of Desire.
Stop, damn it. You said you knew Van? That was a total lie, wasn't it? Sure, this guy might have been a good for nothing, but why would you go this far? Never said I know him, did I? I just told you I'm a Spriggan. It's not like it's trademarked, and I'm sure the guy wouldn't mind. But don't take my word for it. Why don't we ask the original Spriggan himself, Mr. Van Arkwright? So having us catch up to you was part of your plan. What? It's him! You came for us? It was a bold invitation, but now I'm sure. I've never met you before in my life. Why don't you introduce yourself, so-called fellow Spriggan?
Sure, the pleasure's all yours.
Fabio Rosso.
Name's Fabio Rosso. Drifted over from the city of Dijon not too long ago. I'm pretty well known back in my neck of the woods, but I'm guessing you're out of that loop.
Now, I remember hearing from Dingo about a guy who took things a little too far. Back when Armada was still thriving, he used any means necessary to attack anyone affiliated with them. Taking their mirror, their goods, and making it look like the work of Hyue or Boros. Was that even possible? What? There's no way he would go that far, right? I heard from their branch that such a person existed. Why would someone like that lead Mr. Arkwright here? Good question. Even rather provoking message. Yeah, to put it plainly, I admire you, Van. I admire the work you do as a Spriggan, hovering between light and shadow, determining your own definition of right and wrong. You can think of me as a self-servant follower, if you like. Let's see. I can understand admiring Van, but if that's the case, then why are you intervening in 4 SPGs that have already been settled? The Wild Incident, the Stalkers, and now this revenge mission? You took them on without permission. Your way of doing things is nothing but selfishly digging up Van's concluded cases. It's support in name only. Just what are you aiming for in all of this? And yes, I'm with her. This girl, your assistant, right? Seems like the rumors are true. You've got guts. But you should quit it with this keeping house shtick. The Spriggan I heard about would have wrapped up everything up alone using his cool head. Using his cunning, merciless judgment, and his alone. Didn't you even work behind the scenes during the war? Now look at you, surrounded by brats and broads rendering half-assed resolutions to valuable 4 SPGs. And to top it all off, you'll cozy up and climb into bed with the guild of cops swarming around like law-abiding roaches. Tell me, Van Arkwright, is that acceptable Spriggan behavior? Well, it's true we look like we're playing house. If I met up with the me of last year, he might say something similar. Oh. And there's your answer. Why don't you cut ties with these goody two-shoes right now and get back to your being your cold, calculated, bad self? I'll do whatever I can to help too, but I won't be some assistant. I'll be your colleague. I might not have your mysterious powers, but I've got my own tricks up my... Let's forget for a second how you even know about that. The way you're calling yourself a Spriggan is pissing me off. You just want to solve 4 SPGs in a way you think is cooler than mine. But it's like Anya said. All you're doing is wasting time digging up old cases and ruining every resolution. Thought for sure you were harassing me. Never imagined I actually thought you'd be nice. I don't think he gets it. Based on that logic, you were planning to punish that man. Does that mean exacting revenge by way of murder? What? I mean, he did some awful things. But that doesn't mean anyone else can make up for what he did, or his atonement. That's right. I may just be an assistant who wasn't here to help last night, but I can help now. Watch out! Is that what I think it is? Isn't that what that woman in Orishan used? Sure is. My specialty. An enhanced needle gun. Shard shield, huh? Shouldn't be surprised, considering you're the ones who brought down Armada. You won't get away! You made it to the road. Failed to bring you down, but that's fine. Today I only wanted to say hi. Why don't we have a proper showdown someday soon? Determine which of us is truly worthy of being the Spriggan. Zeros, follow his... forget it. There's no reason to chase him down. Maybe an ass, but he's a proud ass. It's not like he's gonna try and get the jump on us. You think so? Still, it would be best to remain on high alert, just in case. I'll have the guild look into him too, and find out where he got that needle gun. Appreciate it. I'm sorry, Eddie. You had to go through such lengths for someone like me. It's not like I was trying to protect you. That asshole pissed me off with all his crazy things he was saying. You decided to atone, didn't you? For what happened to Mark and everything else. After that, Van and the others offered basic medical treatment to Jeffrey before returning to the liver district. They sent information on the suspect Spriggan, Fabio Rosso, to the guild, as well as Marduk, then resumed their work.
I hope I was of assistance.
Mira deposit confirmed.
Check out Eddie's Deals on Wheels.
To think I'd end up at the other end of one of your beatdowns again. I brought all this on myself. That's why I would have been fine if the end came right then and there. After everything with you and Eddie, just running away like that would have been lame as shit. Honestly, my feelings about Jeffrey are pretty complicated, to say the least. But that doesn't mean I wanted things to end like that, especially after he decided to make up for what he did. I can't thank you enough for all the times you've saved us, but I'll say it again anyway. Thank you. I'm so relieved that he's okay. I was really worried. I never thought someone would be so bold as to try to impersonate you, Van. I intended to accept Jeffrey's apology. He's trying to atone for what he's done. That's why I think it's right to pass... Don't think it's right to pass judgment on him like that.
Initializing planner mode.
Okay.
Well then, shall we?
Thing over here in the police post.
What do we have here?
Vandalized art. The work of one of the artists, Casara Garcia, and our 3 up-and-coming artist exhibition has been vandalized. We would like to figure out who is responsible for this deplorable act, but we need the matter to be handled discreetly. Thus, we return to you, Spriggan. If you can help us, come by the Museum of Modern and Contemporary Art. Okay. Now we can finally go in here. Closed temporarily. This seems to be related to that Forest PG we saw earlier. Are you going to take it on, Van? I am pretty curious about it. Let's talk to him now. Are you the Spriggan I kept hearing about? Thank you for coming all this way. No worries, it's all part of the job. More importantly, it seems like you've got something big going down. Well, yes. We're putting on a three-person exhibition to get people excited about the future of contemporary art. Perhaps it'd be easier to just show you what's going on. This is... my goodness. Awful, isn't it? Here's what the original picture looked like for reference. Kisora does do graffiti, so I could see how someone would think this is intentional if they hadn't seen the original. Still, that area that's been painted over is too big. Yeah, there's nothing but a desecration of the artist's work. When did you first notice this? It was being displayed to the general public as usual this morning. Yeah, I saw it too. There weren't any issues I was aware of. It happened when we had maintenance scheduled to be done in the exhibition at noon today. We closed temporarily at exactly 12 o'clock. Call it maintenance, but it was mostly just adjusting the lighting. We leave it to the artists themselves to handle who comes and goes during that time. It was then when this occurred. An incident during maintenance, huh? Well, who's the one who found it first? That would be Angie, one of Kisora's friends from school. Hey, Angie! Best NPC. She was going in and out of the exhibition hall helping Kisora. Apparently she had seen it when she had just come back from the restroom. Nobody else was there at the time. There was a window wherein it was unattended? Yes, that's right. Angie actually shrieked when she saw it. She was so startled I came running, as did the other members on staff. It was around 12:50 p.m. I see. In short, the perp was someone involved at the exhibit. Based on what we've heard, it doesn't seem possible for an outsider to be the culprit. Yeah, that makes sense to me. I already think I know who did it, but we'll see where this goes. I'm glad you're so quick to understand. Kisora, the victim of the situation, went as far as to say that this piece had become charming in its own way. She even claimed we didn't need to look for the culprit. But as the person in charge of this exhibition, I cannot ignore what happened. I suppose that's true. Yes, and we cannot deny the possibility of this occurring a second time. That said, I really don't want to make this into more of a major incident either, which is why Kisora recommended I reach out to the Spriggan for help. That's one question answered. Say, do you mind if everyone involved sticks around? Not at all. I've already made the call to have everyone remain here. Kisora is left in shock, as you might expect. But if need be, I'm sure she would be willing to answer your questions. I see. Then everything seems in place for us to make a deduction. Well, I get the picture now. For the record, I was working on the second floor midday, so I have no knowledge about who came or went from the exhibition hall. My alibi shouldn't have any issues, so I'd appreciate it if you don't count me as among your suspects. Confident, aren't you? You don't seem to be lying at any rate. Why don't we start by having a brief chat with the other people involved?
Time to solve some problems.
You guys are the fixers then. Appreciate the help. Let me start by saving you some time. I didn't do it. You got proof? There was simply never a time when I was alone. Raymond asked me for help, so I was working with him the whole time. Really? Well, you better check with Raymond too to see if his story tracks. Just for reference, might you ask what kind of work you were doing here? Sure, the appearance of rust is crucial to these pieces, but it can change bit by bit. So I regularly check the color and adjust the balance accordingly. I see, that appearance. Anyway, I get that you're particular about this, But tell me, what do you think about Kasara's art? Well, of the three of us exhibiting, her work seems to be getting the most attention. For that alone, I have no choice but to be conscious of it. But I would never do anything to defile another person's art. Is that right? Well, I understand. I always think of myself as artistic be-all and end-all when creating my pieces. So sure, if someone else's work got more acclaim instead, that's not the sort of thing I can ignore. But still, I'd never go so far as to vandalize someone else's work. You're the curator here, right? Think you could tell us what you know? Well, I was helping Mehmed at noon today. We got lunch together after that, so at least I can prove his alibi. Mehmed Zadi, he's the one who created the sculptures on the right side of this exhibit hall. We'll want to confirm this with him later. As far as the others go, I honestly have no idea. Honestly, I'm finding this whole thing hard to swallow. You have my sympathies. Anyway, thanks for your testimony. You must be the ones investigating the incident. I'll answer any questions I have. Any questions I can. Fire away. Alright then, let's start with your alibi. I don't remember exactly when I was in the exhibition room, but it shouldn't be hard to prove. I was with Ashanti the entire time. It matches the testimony we just heard from her. It doesn't leave much room for doubt. By the way, what were you doing in the exhibition room? I was just in the lights that illuminate the art. Although it's indoors, the lighting still changes between morning and afternoon, so I'm mindful of how the shadows fall. It might not sound like much, but the work I do is vital. Sounds like there's a lot to think about behind the scenes. Wow, this has been informative. Last question. May I ask what you think of Kasara? Well, she's the youngest of the three of us. To put it plainly, I think she's more passionate than either Felix or myself. That's exactly why I can't afford to let her outdo me. We may work in different mediums, but she ignites my fighting spirit. I see. That makes sense. Haven't seen you since yesterday, Raymond. Mind if I ask you some questions? Man, yes, of course. Though to be honest, I don't know much. I was busy helping Felix at midday after all. We were together the whole time. And that's just what we heard before. In that case, it seems likely that they're both innocent. I take it that you don't know much about what was happening around you then. Yeah, I'm sorry to say. Truly, all I know is that Felix is innocent. Alright, that's all our questions answered. Angie! The best pink-haired NPC. Oh, it's you guys. Kasara's always talking about you. We work out of Old Town, so you might say we've got a bit of a connection to Kasara. I'm sure what happened here must have been quite the shock. Though it might be difficult for you, would you mind cooperating with us so that we can find the culprit? Alright, I don't know if I'll be of any help. You were with Kasara at the time, right? Right, she wanted me to help her reposition her painting. I got here around 12:30 p.m., I think? It seemed like everyone else had already finished by then, but that's when we got to work. So you two were the last ones there. The work itself didn't take more than 10 minutes. Kasara said she wanted to use the restroom, so I went with her. I finished first, but then I went back to the exhibition hall before she did. And that's when you saw the painting like that. I was really surprised. I even shrieked. And that's when everyone else came running. Did Kasara lag behind the others? Yeah, she was the last to arrive. I tried to talk to her, but she just left the art gallery. I understand. That's all we need for now. Thank you so much, Angie. Don't mention it. Seems like we've learned all we can out of these people. Yes, you're right. We have enough to make a tentative inference, but, well, no use dawdling around. Let's give a report for now. Oh, Kisara, how did it turn out like this? How did it go? Did you determine the culprit? I think we are on the cusp. You mind gathering everyone here? It was Miss Peacock with the knife in the study. It seems like you found the truth. I'm nervous for some reason. Hold nothing back. Tell us who is the culprit. Well, we don't have any conclusive evidence yet, but Felix, Mehmed, Angie, someone else. This only got more obvious as it went on, but culprit is someone who isn't here. Huh? Oh? No way. That's right. That's ridiculous. Let me speak bluntly. It was Angie, wasn't it? Hold on, you can't just decide that on your own. It's true that according to our investigation, Angie was the only one without an alibi. But we learned that there was one other person without an alibi. It couldn't be. Curtis? Are you guys still stuck there? I spotted Kisara, but then I lost sight of her again. Curtis? So he's been pursuing Kisara, huh? What in the world? Leave the talk for later. We're going after them. I'm coming too. I love the little friend group that they have, the freshmen here built. Van and Curtis exchanged information and decided to meet up in Riverside. Whenever I spot Kisara, she gets away again. I'm not sure, but I think she's still nearby. Sounds like it'd be most efficient if we split into two groups. We'll take the far side of the bridge, so you two take this one. Got it. Hey, Kisara. I finally found you, Kisara Christia. Well done, Spriggan. Did you enjoy getting to play detective? Did you really do it yourself, Kisara? That's why you came here, isn't it? Because you thought so? Well, it's true. Are you freaking kidding me? We finally caught up to you. Perfect timing. I wanted to hear you two to hear this too. What do you think I am? Huh? Kisara? Until a half a year ago, I was nobody. A stone on the road. Or less than that, I was gutter trash. And I made all kinds of connections. Before I knew it, the tide was carrying me along. And now the world thinks of me as some sort of genius young artist. What's wrong with that? If anything, it's a blessing. Thought so too at first. But it was all make-believe. What people want, what the world wants isn't me. They want my title. It's not true. That 3-person exhibit is proof. But bluntly, my work makes even garbage look like fine art in comparison. The piece I made in Messidon was nothing short of atrocious, if I do say so myself. But the graffiti I created after losing my mom, after abandoning North Ambria where I was born, it had a soul, a rebellious spirit that boiled in the pit of my stomach. Kisara, it definitely left an impact. But now I'm spoiled by the people around me. And even if part of me feels like it's not such a bad thing, there's no way graffiti painted in these conditions that can have that kind of any kind of soul. Yet nobody realizes it. Nobody points it out. They all just say that since it's the work of a genius, it has to be good. And in the end, no one understands the real me. And the truth comes to light. That's why I painted over that trash. Looking at it was unbearable. The only reason I didn't come forward about it immediately was because the event planner's reaction was funny. He was so obsessed with the young genius that he never suspected me from the start. What a joke. I understand your feelings, really, but they've become twisted. This is the real me, and if you can't handle it, then too bad. Boy, I sure feel a lot better now. You think they'll expel me from Artemis? Or they'll even stop calling me a genius? Fine with me. I've been nothing but trash from the get-go. Kasara, you... Grow up! Angie? I've done nothing but stand by while you got this crap out of your system. Sure, maybe this dark, brooding, tough-talking Kasara is the real you. But the bright, pure-hearted, honest Kasara is real too. I won't let you deny it. Angie. I've got something to say too. You were raging about how people around you don't understand you, but everyone has prejudices. Everyone has their own point of view of the world. So name recognition is just as much of a legitimate basis of appraisal. I think the fact that you can't even understand that makes you the one who's self-important, don't you? Those are harsh words. They are to the point. Why don't you just cut this all out? What? I'm sure you think you're in too deep after all that tough talk. But you've thought the same things your friends are saying too, right? It's true, maybe right now I'm just a brat throwing a tantrum. But it's too late to erase what I've done. Kasara, did you really think that far ahead? What difference does that make? Just pan over it. It's definitely something you can do in graffiti, but I've already lost sight of how I feel. Express your bright side, express your dark side. Express both sides. But why not follow up with both ends of the emotional spectrum? On one side, you're dark, boiling, brooding towards the people who don't see below the surface, and on the other, the bright, pure-hearted gratitude you have for the current environment and situation. I'm saying you should take all those things together and express them in your graffiti. Both my dark and bright sides, huh? Makes sense. Maybe I can express those honestly now. After being persuaded, Kasara returned to the Museum of Modern and Contemporary Art to confess to her crime. With the approval of the necessary people, she transformed the work she had defiled into a new piece of art. It's done. I hate to say it, but this is really amazing. Yeah, just what I'd expect from Kasara. It really draws you in. I think it's partially because we know what went into it. Indeed, there is a passion here that the original could not match. I must shave my own thoughtlessness. Even now that I've heard the story, this truly is a splendid piece. The dark and bright sides mixed together. I never attempted something like this before, but I feel like I did them justice. Yeah, your spirits really shows through in this work. I bet the exhibit will become even more lively as a result. Yeah, the sudden new addition is really going to get people talking too. That's true. In any case, that settles that.
Well done, everyone. Mira deposit confirmed.
Okay, that gets Gray to level 3. Now we just got to get Law.
Good stuff. Chalk one up.
Shifting to maintenance mode. This is MKESV-004, Mare. This is MKESV-004, Mare. I'm Mare, a dedicated custom holo. I'm Mare, a dedicated custom modifying your orbment, are you?
Switching to make...
Activate. Modifying your orbment, are you?
Ooh. Evasion plus 50% on Gray Mare.
I'm Mare, a dedicated custom holo.
That was a whole lot to take in, but you know, I feel closer to Kasara because of it. All's well that ends well, right? I really owe Angie and Curtis an apology. Same goes for you guys. Thanks for everything today. And it's crazy how far Curtis has come since the first game. Oh? Isabel, what are you doing here now? Okay. Only one thing left to do before the game gets us to move on, and that is seeing this event in the club. With Judith's grandmother and Someone we haven't seen for a while. Grammy?
Oh, it's you lot. I heard about what went down this morning.
It's been some time, Arkwright Solutions. I notice Aaron isn't among
Or maybe I
you
should have brought Aaron for this.
Though it seems you do have Lao Da Mao, old Boss Cat's granddaughter, with you.
Who do you think you're calling old boss cat? You're the same as ever, you wrinkly coot.
Oh, well, I guess considering how well connected you are, it shouldn't be a surprise that you know him too. You here asking about the society? Yeah, nix that. It's gotta be whatever Shao and Ashen are after, isn't it? Of course. That would make sense. Indeed, you're correct. Strange disappearances and a mysterious white ornament. The details of what happened at the auction house have been shared across Highway, and the various families have begun to make their moves. However, I'm unable to share anything more with you than that. But shouldn't we be cooperating as much as we can in times like these? Aaron's not in Highway, so it's understandable that you wouldn't share anything with us. Well, this geezer's being unusually stubborn today. It's even giving me a headache. At this point, we both know each other's weaknesses, so it's a real pain in my backside to break them down. I truly underestimated you. Yes, I imagine she's just about the only person who could negotiate with one of Highway's elders like this. Since we were the ones who went through the effort of getting it, I suppose we can give you something to work with as compensation. Yeah, much obliged. If you know that much, well, I guess we had some scary folks following us the whole time we were down in that basement, huh? Wait, really? We were probably already marked by the time we visited Shao and Ashen for information. I didn't even notice, but wouldn't Shizuna have been able to see them? I'm sure she spotted them, yeah. Probably decided it'd be funnier to let them be, though. That woman, I swear. It is something she would do. Anyway, what sort of info do you have for us, Ian? Strictly speaking, I'm not part of Arkwright Solutions, but I hope it's okay if I sit in for this as well. I'll join in myself if it's all the same. Called it information, but it's more of a question than an answer. So, the white ornament you recovered? As I'm sure you've noticed already, it bears a strong resemblance to Epstein's legacy, the Genesis. Yeah, your point? You may have forgotten, but one of them was hidden away in Longport. To be precise, it was in Hailong Shenjai, the land that was sealed away 40 years ago. Wait, is that? Oh, I remember them mentioning this before. If I recall correctly, that location has close ties to Aaron's circumstances. Ah, you learned back then. We of Highway sealed the tyrant away to die there. We of Highway sealed the tyrant away to die there, and one of the Genesis you came there for was sealed in the very same place with him. So that begs the question, why did he have one of Professor Epstein's devices in the first place? When, from whom, and under what circumstances did the tyrant obtain a Genesis? No one, not even at the highest levels of Highway, had any knowledge about the device being there. Seriously? Huh. If it was 40 years ago, then that would have been 15 years after Professor Epstein had passed. How could it have possibly made it all the way from him to Longport? Thinking about it, the same sort of situation for those people with the white orbments, right? That's right. A group similar to DG or orbments that was similar to the Genesis. There are a lot of coincidences piling up all of a sudden. So it's AD. That's more important. More of an important point than I expected. That's all the compensation I can give for you for now. As long as the family heads are operating in the same area, such as Edith, you are more than likely to be times when they'll collaborate. So feel free to arrange for any further exchanges you'd like with myself, my granddaughter Xiao, or even Yin. If that's the plan. Reminds me, I should get in touch with Risha. It'll be some time since I last visited Edith's entertainment district, in this stiff formal get-up especially. I'll be spending my days wining and dining with the folks from the Business Owners Association and governmental departments. Perhaps tomorrow I can slip into something more comfortable and let my hair down as a little pre-departure pick-me-up. Or you can join Rain's Master. We'll party it up. Not staying for this weekend's launch ceremony like you did for the Revolution Festival. Oh, there'll be several elders from other families in attendance. It would cause undue offense after all if we lose to always push ourselves to the forefront. Must be acting in tandem with Ashen and Zhao's people if I had to guess. Running into this old coot may have just been a stroke of fate. I'll try to pry up a little bit more intel of Haiyu and whatnot out of him. Something somewhere is burning unattended. I can smell that much in the air. I'll back you up in whatever measure I can, so put your best foot forward and get to sniffing. Yeah, sure thing. Just leave it to us, Grammy. Aside from the stuff we're leaving to you, I mean. Something somewhere is burning. You couldn't put it more aptly. Yes, and whatever it is, odds are that the CID, or rather, the Presidential Office, is leaving it be. Okay. Oh, this number.
Hey there, darlings! How have you all been? Your fixer work still going well?
It's coming along, but stuck on the AD front, though. Don't suppose you got anything for me there? As it just so happens, one of Lane's seniors from the guild stopped by my place not too long ago, and I've been having a nice long chat with this rare customer. Could it be Zen? We ran into him ourselves this morning. Wouldn't have expected that shaved bear to ever come to your shop, though. Well, I guess that means Zen is going to be joining us, like I expected. Still need to figure out who the second character is going to be, though. Don't worry, he knows that I often serve underground types, so he's been on his best behavior. Anyway, he wanted me to pass a message if I was able to get in contact with you. Namely, that this is a good opportunity for you to come and meet the special guest we've got with us. Huh? Who knows who that could be? Wait, you make it sound like a pretty big fish. But got it. We'll swing by if we got the time.
I'll be waiting for you. We've got some other stuff to talk about, so no rush.
I'm sorry to trouble you, but I really could use your assistance. Everyone from Arkwright Solutions, and Elaine as well.
That voice. Could it be? And with that, my message is delivered. We'll be waiting, darlings. I feel like I've heard that voice somewhere before. His voice was pretty calm. Oh, wait! Yes, we first met him during the illusionary coup and then saw him again in that political debate. From what I hear, he's been pretty active in Parliament recently. Seems he's been questioning the Patriot League about problems that have come up as a result of the space program. Correct, and due to that, he's been in frequent contact with the Guild as of late. Given our charter, there's not much we can do to publicly help him. Oh, that's Ellie's father. Or you got the whole thing about interfering with politics, huh? Guess you should have really do have to tiptoe around stuff like this. But still, given this guy's position, I'm willing to bet he's got some good info for us. Right then. Once everything's settled, we're heading over to Vermati's Riverside. Easy. Things really just come together. Well, looks like next time, just need to go and make sure that I have everything complete that I need to have completed, and then we'll be heading to Vermati's to meet Zin and Ellie's father. But I'm going to call it quits there for today, so have a good evening.